This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
On the show today, we delve into your relationships to find out whether you think it's weird if someone's like tracing your every move.
When you started that, you were looking at me. I was like, oh, do we... How bad's this going to get for me?
We know everything about you, Sean, and what you've been doing.
I think it's so creepy. Sean Natalie's in the building.
Nate, you started the morning off by talking about coffee because you started this. This is a bit of a random conversation.
Well, this is that Amy, our producer, she was like pushed to the edge, and then I had asked Natalie to go and get some coffee, and then from that, Sean, God, some fun times that I had. Some fun times we had.
Shenanigans.
Yeah, bad impressions?
Yes.
We're not bad. I mean, I was terrible.
No,
I thought you would have nailed yours.
You had it in you. You found the wrong voice at the
this
wrong
would have been
time.
something that you could have nailed.
But Caitlin, though.
Oh, yeah?
Caitlin Bassett
pretty
joined us
impressive. Plus, I had a victory. I've been waging war for 54 days with a company that were having trouble sending me the things that I'd purchased. I finally won.
I know, it's like the delivery was coming from space. Hey, guys,
great
talking about
segue.
space, one astronaut, come on, that's for other shows. We did 2 astronauts today.
Yes,
How
we
exciting
did.
is that?
So good.
Nathan, Nat and Sean. This is what I came for. Yeah. Perth's Nova 937. Keep on giving me all you got.
It's 6:03. Nathan and Sean, morning, friends.
Oh, hi, everyone.
Hey.
We've already had a crisis this morning, haven't we, Amy?
Oh, my God. Amy got here, and Amy, like, there's certain things that can break your spirit. Amy, what was it? Because I come in every morning and I do the coffee machine for the girls. So I'll go in there and fill it up with water. And by the way, the water pressure in the taps here is so slow. When you were just waiting there to fill up a coffee machine that you don't use.
You don't need that early.
So I get that ready, turn it on, get it heated up.
Yeah,
but I don't
super
actually,
lucky.
I only look at the water, I don't look up.
Yeah, we're super lucky. The entire kitchen is stocked.
Yes.
You name it. Muffins, bread.
Yeah.
Every wrap in the
Gluten-free
world.
bread.
Gluten-free
Roasted
bread.
dolphin.
Got a great big jar of
cereal.
Fruit Loops.
Everything. The
Squeaky.
fridge is packed. What one thing do breakfast announcers like
Crumpets.
to have in the morning? Coffee.
Coffee.
Do you think there's coffee
No,
here?
no
So
coffee.
no
there's no
beans.
coffee.
No beans.
There were no
No
beans
beans.
in the coffee
But, hey,
machine.
but there's bread. There's plenty of bread. There's plenty of condiments.
Yeah, there's a communal
There's
ham.
fruit. Yeah.
So communal ham lattes this morning. We just rammed it in the coffee machine.
I was literally around the corner from here, and Nathan sent me a message that
But she can't read out.
suggested that Amy was on the brink without any coffee. So I'm like, I mean, this is an emergency, and I'm like, oh God, where can I go? Because I'm thinking of cafes that are open this time of the morning. Oh, no,
Caltex.
no, the good old Good Grocer in Shenton Park.
Oh,
Did a U-turn, went back
That's why
there,
they're good.
picked it up. I mean, I appreciate the fact that they're open 24/7,
Isn't this
but I
crazy
don't think
now?
it can be worth it to them because there was no one there.
If
Yeah, I
you
know.
were to ask me, if I was to get that text in the morning and it's a SOS and said, can you go to the shop and buy
Yeah.
coffee beans, I would stand there and not know what I was doing.
Yeah.
Because I don't know the rules. I don't know if there's certain,
I don't know anything.
certain beans other things.
But
Yeah,
there
well,
wasn't
because there's the espresso roast and then there's a home blend and all this stuff.
There's not a broad range available, so there weren't a lot to choose from. But there was just the one brand of coffee beans. They had 3 different varieties, and they had, instead of saying things like espresso and Arabica and that kind of thing, it just said peanut brittle, and another one said kind of chocolate, like about the flavours. And I looked at this one, and it said it had a
Like Willy Wonka
creamy flavour or
coffee.
something. I went, that'll do us.
Yeah.
That'll do us.
I do know one
have you had
brand
one?
that I'm attracted to the package of Hunt and Brew.
Right.
You say that's the thing? That's coffee beans.
I guess so.
Anyway, you would have got that.
This one-
it's got antlers on it.
This one was left field.
Was it better
Which,
or
as
worse
an
than
old
what you normally
softballer,
have from
as an
here?
old softballer, I
left
really
field.
appreciate it.
Oh, I thought you meant the name was left of field.
No, it's left field. It's got us through, hasn't it, Amy? It's kickstarted. We're good to
Yeah,
go.
Amy injects us. It's disgusting.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
It's the thing that changed the world, really, isn't it? The iPhone.
Massively.
The smartphone.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Think about it. If you think you've lost your phone, think about that feeling you get in your guts. It happened to me at Bunnings the other day. Oh, my God. I was in like one of the aisles with the guy and just take you know when they just take you to each aisle because they know where it is.
Yep.
And like you lose track because usually you know that you're in aisle 8, and then I went, oh my God, I think I was in front of some plug things, and I was running through Bunnings in a panic because I thought, and then my phone was
Not Bunnings runnings.
Bunnings runnings, Natalie. I don't do Bunnings runnings.
It's slippery floor sometimes.
And
Be
I
careful.
and I'd taken my phone off lock, so it was just there all open as well.
all
When I
open,
went
ready
back
to
there, I was
go.
like, oh. But the technology is really awesome right now in the new software update. You can now Google specific things in your photo, Sean, and it'll pull that photo up.
Oh.
Remember the years ago we said that should happen?
Yeah.
And then so
Yeah, for
someone
sure.
went and did it.
Follow through,
Follow
mate.
through.
Can you
Follow
believe
through.
that?
Follow
Write
through.
that down.
So Apple's
We're not
making us
familiar.
money. So the other thing about phones now is you can track anyone wherever you want to go, right? So this is interesting. Experts are warning about a worrying relationship red flag, right? Almost a quarter of Aussies think it's reasonable to expect to have a partner's device codes, and more than 1 in 10 think it's reasonable to expect to track a partner using social media location sharing apps.
Okay, so that's 10% though. That's not a great deal,
No.
but
Yeah.
still, yeah. I think that's always been a thing in people's relationships where there has been a sticking point sometimes.
Now, they're saying it's a red flag because there is digital coercion. So basically, someone can be tracking you and, like, you know,
Well, it's coercive control.
It's
It's finding out where you are at all times.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a difference between, say, the woman saying, I'm going out tonight.
Yes.
I'll share my location so that you can see as an extra layer of protection.
Yeah.
It's when the coercive or a coercive partner is
Going, where are you going? Why
is
do you-
100% expecting to be able to do that.
Yeah.
It's the expectations. Who's asking for it? I think.
Yeah.
Is the difference.
Yeah. So
do you see what I'm saying,
yeah.
Sean? You look like you're really thinking about this.
because one of my mates was lost in Melbourne over the weekend,
Yes.
and his wife was ringing another one of our friends
Yes.
saying, "God, you got to
Where
find
are
him.
you?"
He
Yeah.
doesn't know where he is. He's so blind, like
Yes.
absolutely paralytic." On that occasion,
That would be a great. That would be a great. If you're going out on the town and you're in an unfamiliar location, that's a great time to share your location.
Isn't that insane, isn't it? Because you think about, okay, if a guy, when you hear about this and you think a guy, you think that's a bit controlling. When you hear about a girl, you think that's a bit nagging.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the same.
Yeah,
It's
it's
the same.
It's a lack
So-
of trust either
yes.
way. Is what it's suggesting.
So,
Yeah.
Sean,
Yes.
your relationship,
Yes.
is everything open, right? So when you get married, right? So I'm imagining a world, Natalie, all right? So we're both there with our husbands. We've had a great time. And your
Sure.
husband's so good looking.
Of
He's a
course
writer.
he is. And rich.
Right.
Sean, I
He
just
wears
want to say,
a loose cardigan.
right, so you're with your partner. Do you let them know everything about you? Or is there something that's none of their business?
Well, I think there's a couple of things that none of the... Well,
What's none of
here's
Megan's-
the
what's
first
none
of
of
all,
Megan's
Megan can get in
business?
my phone whenever she wants if she
Yeah.
needs to see something. That's no problem at all. What
about
if
your
she was
burner
doing
phone?
that on a... well, that's completely... But if she was regularly checking stuff, then I'll
Yes.
go,
Yeah.
hang on a second,
Yeah.
that's none of your
There's a
business.
difference
'cause I feel
between
like
being
that was the
able
thing.
to
Yeah.
and actually
Yeah.
doing it all the time,
100%.
isn't there? Yeah.
And then there's also... So there's that part of it, of checking out... Do I need to know where she is? She would probably say the same about me. Do I need to know where she
Yes.
is? Not all the time.
But take it away from the phone. Is there anything else that's none of her business?
Oh, I'd say
Horses?
No, bank account.
Bank account? My bank account's none of her business.
Well, no,
How
she's
exciting.
got access to all my accounts, right?
Because you
But
said
then
she drains them every day.
There's one that I
The Caymans?
use for myself. Like if I go to the pub, that's it for me. And I don't appreciate her
Looking at that one.
looking at that one.
'Cause that's
Even though
your
it's
fun
for all
one.
to see.
Because that's where all the money is.
No, it's probably not. It's probably
That's
not.
where all the spending
no,
is.
It's probably not looking at it, but possibly making comment on it because it's none of your business. You know what I mean?
Don't you do the math in my bank account? That's my money.
What about the private horses?
The secret horses.
No,
that you
well, they're
have.
private, so that's a completely different
Yeah,
story.
so you don't want her to find out
That's
about
for
them. I mean, know about them.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're getting into your relationship,
Yeah.
right? So drop the walls. We want to know if there is something in your relationship that is none of your partner's business, right?
It's
How
not that
about
you're
this?
keeping secrets. It's just that you
It's
don't
none
think
of
they
your
need to know.
business. Or is everything open slather?
Yeah.
There'd be some sticking points here. There would have been some conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, T's in a relationship. T's in a relationship with a
I gotta
guy
go,
that
guys.
makes Ryan Gosling look like a pig.
Yeah, he's all right on the eyes.
So, is there anything that's none of his business?
I actually have to agree with Sean on the whole bank account thing. Like, he doesn't
Yeah.
need to know how much I'm spending on Christmas decorations and clothes and all that sort of stuff.
So you're like a secret tinsel.
So
Yeah.
you're cohabiting. Do you have
Yes.
a joint bank
no,
account?
not
you
yet.
just-
We're
you
still
just-
kind
yeah.
of fresh in that. So I think, that will wait a little
Yeah,
bit
you
longer.
just contribute equally to
Christmas
the...
decorations are you buying? Are you like a Venetian glass bauble girl?
Well, yeah, I'm going all out because this is like my first place that I've lived out of home for a while that I can
So
kind of
you're
deck
saying-
out. So I'm going to deck
the halls.
Yeah, I'm excited. So I spent a bit at Bed Bath and Table. But
Oh, yeah.
don't ask
They've
how
got
much.
25% off
what's the
Christmas
most
stuff,
expensive
though.
thing you
Sorry.
bought for your
It's a
Christmas
bargain.
decorations?
I'm not saying.
It's none of your business
None of
either.
your business. Oh my God, we're in a relationship. Sean, you're right. Women are right. They yell at you. They just yell at you. this is all sparked off red flags about
Yes.
whether people are tracking you on your phone, not in a relationship. Sam, imagine someone tracking someone on their phone.
I'll find you.
What's happening in your relationship with Conrad?
Yeah, I've got Conrad on Find My iPhone, but it's not just him. I've got friends as well. But
Friends?
it's super handy because you just know where they are. You don't have to send like the are you on your way home kind of questions. Like you just know.
But okay, so your friend, right? So you're you've checked that she's at home, and you're going,
Yes.
"Oh, hey, I'm going to come over." And then she goes, "Oh no, I'm not at home at the zoo," and you know that she's lying.
Well, then
She would never go to the zoo.
That's when I get on the phone to another friend. I was like, "Can you believe Ellen's just lied to me?"
So you check where your other friend is. You go, "You're home, right?" And she goes, "Yeah, I'm home." And
she
she's
goes,
at the
"No."
zoo. She's at the zoo.
So what
They're
would
both at the zoo
happen
together and they didn't invite you.
if we go back to you tracking Conrad? What would happen if you looked at it one day and he was somewhere that
Yes, he didn't say what.
really out of character, or you're like, what? Would you
Well,
question him? Are you like, why were you there?
Yes and no. Either
And he didn't mention it. Oh no, and he didn't mention when he comes home.
because I know that he would probably be buying me a beautiful engagement ring.
in Meriden.
I mean, you keep believing that. Okay. Luke's in Armidale. Hi, Luke.
Hi, guys.
Okay, what are your thoughts on this, Luke?
I have the tracking app for my wife and I, and it's not just her. I have my wife, I have my mum, our whole family, I have my whole wife's side of
Do
the
you have
family.
me?
So we can kind of see. Can if you want.
Add me.
Luke, what's the purpose of doing that?
Safety more than anything, just so it has like crash detection, so if anyone's in a crash, you can kind of be alerted of it.
You know what,
It's
this is
more,
the thing.
just a safety thing. And
Sean, we don't even...
I was driving to work
Yeah.
just the other week because I start work at 3:45 in the morning.
Yeah.
So I was driving across the freeway and I just get this text from my wife saying, "Can you slow down? You're speeding." Speed on it.
Do you know, mate, I got to get my girlfriend to work.
Wow.
Luke, that's hilarious. So she got a notification that you were going too fast on her phone.
No, I think she was just checking it because
just
I woke
watching.
up and said how tired I was. So
That
she was
is
like
so
watching me the
funny.
whole way
Yeah.
to make sure I got to work.
Oh,
That's
she loves you
amazing.
so much. She wants to make sure that you get to work
Yeah.
okay. The technology in these phones,
Yes.
everyone's got an iPhone, right? We are using 10% of the things that you can do because we don't know about it. So, you know, that's amazing.
Thanks,
Crush
Luke.
It's good.
Yeah,
It's a good
that's a
feature.
beauty.
Julie's in Singleton. Morning, Jules.
Good morning.
Okay,
Jules.
Jules. Is the phone tracking a thing for you too?
Yes, in a part. Well, my ex-husband
Yes.
was tracking me.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What was the
I
line?
found out I was one night downloading photos off my phone onto the computer to free up space,
Yeah.
and I found a couple of pictures of my bank accounts that I have with girlfriends that I went away with.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so I looked into it. It was from a website, so I got into the website. Stupidly, he used his same password for everything. So I got into the
Fuzzy Tit 69.
and it was an overseas website that he was paying $90 a month to.
Yes.
And in the comments, you could put in all sorts of words: the, day, love, like,
Yep.
whatever word you put in.
So
And if
your
I
keywords.
use that in any sentence or any conversation,
It tracks your
He would-
keyword. That's a keyword, and he gets an alert to you using
he
that.
gets an alert and can see that message. So that would open up
Surely.
the message that I've sent to wherever.
So if you just said, I just had a sandwich, I love it, it was so delicious, he would have got an alert about love to do with the sandwich.
Exactly. Yes.
Wow, what kind of software is that?
Sean, and how much is it per month? Is it in-app purchases?
So obviously you weren't aware until this point that he was tracking your every move. This is a
No.
massive red flag for you then, Julie.
What happened then?
Yeah.
What happened then?
I wiped all the keywords and put in a few suggested keywords,
Yeah.
choice words,
Yeah.
Yep.
changed his password.
Yes.
Yes.
So he was still getting the alerts
Yeah.
but couldn't get in.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
And yeah, so I eventually confronted him about it, and I found, then I worked out he had a bank account which I didn't know about, where the $90 a month was coming from.
Yes.
So I found out it was probably a good 7 months had been going before I'd found it.
So,
yeah,
you've had a... So was that control evident to you, or was this the
Yes.
first clue that he was sort of doing it behind the scenes?
There was things popping up where he wanted to know where I was all the time.
Yeah.
And things like, we'd been married for a good 20 odd years.
Oh,
Yeah, it wasn't like a short time.
So wait, there was because
that's pretty weird.
Think about it. The technology's. I mean, it's not relationships now. You get that right now.
Yeah.
I think this is a thing that sort of startled the middle of a relationship. But 20 years. So wait there. When did it start? Do you think? Well,
it was probably about 6 months. He'd probably been doing it for about 6 months. He'd spoken to a friend who was doing it on his wife. And so that's where he got the idea from.
Was he cheating? Because usually when something like that happens and they start accusing you and you're not doing anything, was he cheating? Did you find out?
No, I don't think so.
So just a massive lack of trust then by this, or that control of wanting to know where you were and who you were talking to.
Just control and wanted to know what I was spending, who I was with, what I was doing, where I was.
Red flag.
I mean, for Sean, it's quite easy. It's meetings at home or at dusk.
Yeah.
Candles.
Oh, Julie, so you got out of that relationship, obviously, Jules.
BWS, Nath.
Yes.
Onwards
yes,
and upwards.
Oh, sorry, and BWS. Sorry. I didn't want to get the information correct. Responsible.
Thanks,
I hope
Julie.
she's not up.
Julie.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
The astronauts are in the house, everybody. Welcome back to our old friend, Katherine Bennell-Pegg.
Hey, Peggy.
And you've brought a friend with you. Do you want to introduce her, Katherine?
I've brought the amazing Shawna Panya. Shawna is absolutely incredible. We met 15 years ago as students at NASA.
At NASA High.
And
That's like Sweet Valley, Nath.
So you were drawn to each other at NASA High, as I call it? Yeah?
That's right. So, we went on a zero-G plane together, and since we've both been writing our own stories on our way to space, and it's so wonderful to have met again today here in Perth.
Oh my
Were
God.
you studying different parts or in different sections of NASA when you were both there at the same time?
Yeah, so I was there for a summer program all about leveraging technology to do big things for humanity and address grand challenges. NASA, Katherine was there for the International Space University's summer program, but we spent a lot of time together, and it was like Disneyland for nerds, essentially.
Oh, you would be unbelievable.
I'd love to do it, but you need math, don't you? You really do need math.
Maths is an important tool, but actually to work in space, there's jobs not just in STEM fields, but any kind of job you put the word space in front of can be a job. We need
Space
media
hairdresser.
experts, right?
Space plumber?
Absolutely. There's no gym fix the space station.
Imagine the rate.
Space Jim's mowing?
Imagine the rate. Sean, I wanted to ask you, being a physician and being involved in space, I did see a thing where you mentioned the fact that space essentially is out there to kill you. So being a physician is a very important role, being on a space station or anywhere like that. So what kind of things would you have to do to be able to help people?
Well, she'd need to box the Panadol Rapid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Number one.
absolutely. So, essentially, if you take nothing else away from space, is that space is trying to kill you, and every aspect of the spaceflight environment, from the increased radiation to the weightlessness, has an impact on the body.
Yes.
And so, one of the famous bits of trivia is that because your bones lose density and your muscles lose mass,
and you get shorter, taller.
Yeah.
You get taller.
You can get taller because your spine decompresses, and so astronauts up on the station famously have to work out for 2 hours a day doing aerobic and resistive exercise 6 days a week. So if you don't like working out but you want to go to space, better start changing those habits now.
Right.
So, what can you bench in space?
Is it easier or harder?
Just a couple of cars.
I mean, if you're simply trying to bench, weight, then you can say to someone you bench 600.
Nice.
That's fine. The way they do it in space is they have the advanced resistive exercise device, the ARIDS device. So it's based on hydraulics and resistance. So you can actually lift weights in air quotes in space.
So you're talking about the body, right, in space, and there's a joke that ever since we were in primary school was, what's the definition of gross farting in the spacesuit? So, can you fart in space? And if so, if you fart in a spacesuit, is it gross? Go.
Well, yes, you can. Absolutely.
You can? I didn't know.
Otherwise, we'd, blow up.
I don't know.
Yes. But in a spacesuit, there's lots of air filtration, fortunately. Also on the space station, there's airflow. Otherwise, you'd be surrounded in a gas bubble of your own making.
Yeah, right.
So it's a bit like being in a plane. That's it.
Indeed.
Yeah.
On the fart thing. You pricked my ears. But you can't have fizzy drinks in space because you can't burp. That's right.
That's correct. Which is kind of a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Anyone who knows me knows I'm addicted to sparkling water and soda. But if that's what it takes to get to space, I'm willing to take one for the team here.
You can't pack a soda stream.
What about the possibility of a legit medical emergency? Like somebody on the space station, for example, might need
actual surgery,
an appendectomy, or there's some sort of medical emergency. Is it possible to do surgery up there?
So one of my favorite bits of space trivia is that they have done surgery in space before.
Yes.
It was on baby mice. So some of the earlier shuttle experiments, they looked at doing discectomy, so spinal cord surgery on these baby mice. And so basically Velcro is your friend.
Yeah.
You Velcro your tools down so they're not flying everywhere, so it's not a mess.
Yes.
And then the physics of blood in space is such that it more glues to itself rather than goes everywhere. So you simply take your gauze and wick it away.
Is there up there? Do they have general anaesthetic, and is that sent up there just in case?
There is an advanced life support respiratory pack.
Right.
So if they do need to manage an airway in space, that capability exists. They have 24/7 coverage from the flight surgeons on Earth. So there's a crew medical officer that also has training, and there's all of these medical supply kits. There's even a defibrillator on station.
Okay.
Never been used. Luckily.
Great.
Yeah, I know. I'll be worried about the electrics.
I mean,
You're like, oh, no.
obviously they're sending physically fit and able people up there, but you never know. Things can happen.
But
right?
also, say, can there be an operation that can't be done, right? So you can't do the procedure, and they have to get them back to Earth, and you got to wait for a shuttle to come. What happens in that scenario?
I mean, a lot of the scenarios where there might be an emergency, they prefer to bring you back to ground.
Yes.
In low Earth orbit on the space station, it can often be faster to get you back.
So
what about those two
have we got
that
a
are
shuttle
stuck
ready
up
to go?
there?
Yeah,
Well,
what about them?
there's a bus stop schedule in effect to the space station. Like every 3 months or more, there's usually a vehicle going up, but it's all tightly scheduled. So the two astronauts up there that, stayed longer than they thought, they could come back if we had to bring them back.
So there is an emergency one ready to go. There's an emergency
there's
Uber
always
that you call mum and dad.
There's
and they
enough
come get
seats
you.
for everyone to come back.
So
lovely.
you ring the ambulance, and the ambulance shuttle goes and gets you.
Absolutely. So, for example, for appendicitis, if you get appendicitis up there, the plan is, you give people antibiotics and bring them back. It's your first
I'd love to see the ambulance shuttle going up there.
Yes,
going up there, and then it's got this light going on, and then the satellites move out of the way. Put their blinkers on.
Shawna, can you tell me about the dangers of space dust or moon dust? Because that's one of the big deals up there, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. So now we're thinking about the further missions, and this is really timely because there are plans to send astronauts to the moon, including the first woman and first person of color to the moon, starting with the Artemis missions. And so we know from the Apollo missions that lunar dust is a very potent eye, skin, and respiratory irritant. So it's like fine talc powder. It gets everywhere.
Yeah,
So for anyone who says that we faked the moon landing, we put a lot of effort into generating those thousands of pages of biomedical documentation around it. And so now the question is, is that based on that one landing site from the Apollo missions? What does the lunar dust toxicity look like at the South Pole? How do we mitigate for it? How do we make spacesuits that are more repellent to this dust? So these are all considerations that the next generation of astronauts need to think about.
I think about having about 100 Dyson stick vacuum cleaners just surrounding the Can you just suck it in like dust?
There's lots of cool proposals out there to think about how we get rid of the dust. So it does have an ionic charge. So thinking about creating a repellent charge to get rid of it, to send it the the other way.
That's
a microfiber cloth.
I'm sorry, I'm so in. I feel like I'm on Voyager right now with Janeway.
One of the things Australia is really good at from our mining and resources sector. We're good at handling dusty environments.
Really?
So when we're sending our rover up there within the decade, ROVA it's called, we'll be looking at the dust as one of the things we're trying to understand up there to help astronauts prepare to get back.
2410. If anyone has any questions at all, only if they're good enough.
Yeah. Because
by the way, the fart one's been taken. The fart one's been taken. But if you've got a question about space, we know that space is so happening right now. Give us a call, 13 24
Not very often we have two astronauts in the house. Shawna, can we just go through some of your...
Yeah.
We've got the list of your certifications. So this is what you're certified in. Solo skydiving, advanced open water dry suit, nitrox and rescue diving.
I've done that.
You're working towards your private pilot's license. You can speak English, French, Gujarati, and you dabble in some Spanish and Russian. You sing, you play the piano, and you hold, this is my favourite, a black belt in Taekwondo, and you've trained in Muay Thai in Thailand, and where you won a fight as well.
Now, look, a lot of people are saying that's a lot, but I have to say there's one thing missing, and that is you don't speak Klingon. Why?
I just haven't got to that part of the astronaut curriculum yet.
Okay. I'm sure, it's imminent.
I used some of your astronaut training I've been building this box that I got from my garden, for my balcony. It's like a storage box, a wood one. Anyway, it came completely disassembled, and it's all wrong. All the holes are different and stuff. And I kept on going to Bunnings like every 5 minutes to go and get something to fix a solution. And then I was just, no, I'm not spending any more money on this box. I'm going to do what you do on a shuttle, and that is use the things in this room to be able to fix the problem. So, anyway, it's
paper clips, the whole lot.
How's it going for you?
Oh, no. It just got completed. It just got completed. It took,
You Apollo 13 did.
Apollo 13
That's
did.
exactly
but
it.
that's how cluey you guys have to be able to, like, you know, use what's in front of you and then hopefully get out of a survival, which is life or death, because no one can come. That's crazy. Does that pressure get to you, or?
No, I think it's really thrilling. The opportunity to be able to contribute to so much research in space and to be able to handle lots of scenarios that we are planning for and the ones that we can't through our training.
You don't plan for. That is
it's like the bush mechanic. You've seen that on SBS?
Yes,
No, what?
exactly.
Exactly the bush mechanic.
So
you
you
not possum as a fan
Yes,
model.
100%. Hey, Catherine, off air before when the song was playing, you mentioned G-force training. That always is a thing that fascinates me because we see in, the fighter pilots and they're just going up and doing all that stuff. But you've got to be able to take a certain amount of G-forces when you're doing that stuff. Can you tell us what kind of training that is and what level you can get up to in terms of
kind of two
force?
kinds of G-force training. The one is the zero-G plane flights, and the other is where we get spun up in a centrifuge to feel like the G-forces of launch and re-entry.
Yeah.
And we went on this centrifuge in the Netherlands, and we spun up to 6G, going through the launch and re-entry profiles for the two main kinds of vehicles that people go up in today. And it was really amazing. I couldn't wipe the smile off my face. But for pilots, when you see them, they feel the G-force like head to foot. That's why you often see their face contort and pass out. For astronauts, we actually feel it front to back. It's like having 5 of you sit on your chest.
Right.
So you have
sorry,
to
how
breathe
can
a
you
bit
smile?
different.
I know I jumped in there, but how can you smile and think that's fun?
It's so fun.
Sean can't go on a roller.
I thought you were asking the question of whether you can smile in
You got an
space.
elephant sitting on your chest.
Basically, but the thing is, the capsule room was dark, and I mean, aside from you didn't have the vibrations and the sound of launch, but you definitely could imagine yourself going through the launch and re-entry in real time. And for all of us on the training, it was our dream, and it was just the closest we got to physically to feeling that. It was amazing.
So I can help you out with this. So I've done the same training.
Yes.
I did it in the U.S. and it really does feel like there's an elephant sitting on your chest, but there is a specific way you get around it, and it's called pursed lip breathing. So if you want to train like astronauts,
Let's
you
do it
can do
now.
it here
Let's do it now.
in the studio. So
Yes.
just pretend you're breathing through a straw
All right.
and just breathe. I'm sure this is riveting radio for everyone.
No, yes. And what's
But
that
look
doing?
at that. Yeah, so this is helping you distribute, like get in the airflow and distribute it to your lungs, even with all of those G-forces sitting on your chest.
If on Earth an elephant actually sits on your chest, will this work?
There's only one way to test that hypothesis.
Let's get one in. Hey, I want to talk about an episode of Big Bang Theory. Howard's up in space. He's speaking to Bernadette. He's been up there for a while, and he goes, "Bernadette, please," this is his wife, "will you just drop a pen for me?" And she goes, "Why?" He goes, "I just want to see gravity." And she drops a pen and he goes, "Ugh." Do astronauts miss gravity?
Well, when they come back, they miss having lack of gravity. It's common for astronauts when they come back to, put a glass of water in the air and let go.
They get the gravity blues.
And if you want to embarrass a recently returned astronaut, throw them something to catch, because they cannot catch because they're used to things traveling in straight lines, right? Instead of a parabolic.
And also, if you're going to throw something to someone, it takes a minute to get to you.
Yeah.
Because if you ditch something in space, if you ditch a baseball, it slows down straight away, doesn't it?
No, it still moves.
Oh, really?
It just doesn't have like the arc of falling to the ground in the way that you can see.
So I can throw
so
something at
the
your face.
knuckleball won't work.
Yeah, it would definitely hurt.
Okay, great.
Good to know.
Astronauts bump their heads a lot when they push off one side of the space station to move around. You have to be careful not to go too fast, otherwise you might whack your head on the other side. And that's something that Shawna and I practiced together once on a zero-G flight. When you're first in one of these vomit comets and the floor falls away, you realise really fast you shouldn't jump, right? And you have this urge to swim and kick, and you have to really control that because you move around like a ping pong ball if you don't do slow, controlled movement.
Right. The rookie move for anyone who's never flown zero-G is to just undo their seatbelts and launch them themselves,
Yes.
and then they quickly realize there's a ceiling there when their head meets it. So I've done 11 parabolic flights now for research flights, and you realize that the way to move around is just using finger touch to kind of just gracefully.
So
like you're
move
Superman,
away.
you're controlling your powers.
So you're gliding.
Literally,
not-
it's such a freeing experience, and you also get to use this incredible environment to do some pretty cool science too.
Wow, Shawna, tell us about that fight you had, the one that you won. Because when we look at you,
That's what you
paint
want to
the
take
picture,
away from this, is it? This incredible astronaut. You want to know about the fight?
I think super intelligent people fight differently. I think Shawna walks up there and basically does the Vulcan secret on there, pressure points.
Once you get to a certain level, so once you get to the black belt level in Taekwondo, so I've competed at the world level, it really is more of a strategy game. It is like chess. It's not just simply who can get in more hits. It's who can control the ring.
It's not MMA, Sean.
So translating that to the astronaut world, it is about preparation and thinking of all the possibilities and the best and worst case scenarios. So, there is actually a lot of overlap there.
And if there's ever a knock on the door, Sean, and someone's there with the ray gun, I go, Shawna!
I love it. This is so fascinating.
All right. Well, we appreciate you coming in. It's a joy to have you back, Katherine, because when you were here last time, I was like, oh, my God, she's amazing.
I tell you what, I want you guys to
and
come
now
back.
there's more of you. Every time you come back, you have to bring an extra one.
Yeah.
So we want 3 next time.
I want you to both to come back, and then I would love to do a dinner or a lunch where our listeners can come and just actually sit there and eat with you guys. Because I tell you what, for me, of the people that you would have dinner with, the celebrities, I'd have astronauts there straight away.
Yeah. So let's make up the ante. I want to convince Katherine to come fly with us, and then we come back into studio and then talk about our flight together. So Katherine, if you're up for it,
I don't want to speak for Katherine, but I think she's up for it.
Outstanding.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much
guys.
for coming in. It's been a joy meeting you, Shawna. And Katherine, you're welcome back. As you know, you're the 4th member of our team now, so you're welcome anytime.
And as always, to infinity and beyond.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Nathan, Nat and Sean's VZ4X Games. Wake up with Nathan, Nat and Sean and charge on with the all-electric Toyota BZ4X when innovation meets everyday practicality.
All right, so next Friday we're going to be broadcasting live from the Optus Stadium Amphitheatre, where you could win an all-electric Toyota BZ4X. Somebody there on the day will win it, guaranteed.
Yes, there is something standing in your way, and it is this.
It's the net game. That's the name. It's the net game. That's the game. It's the net game. That's the name of the game.
That's right, everybody. We all have names. Elon Musk's kid's a bit weird.
Yeah, that's true.
We're doing that one tomorrow. What is that? X something.
We don't know how to say it.
Today, everybody, the name is 1, 2, 3 together. Everyone. 1, 2, 3.
Jennifer! Turns out
There we
there's
go.
a lot of Jennifers.
Here's a couple of names for us who are going to play, and that is Adelaide and Leon. We'll start with you, Adelaide. Good morning.
Good morning.
Adelaide, do you know a Jennifer?
I do.
There you go. The question might be about her.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you're up against Leon. Good morning, Leon.
Good morning, crew.
Is there a Jennifer in your life?
Not in my life, no.
No. Would you? So you don't know?
You sound disgusted.
No,
but
no,
you
I
were
wasn't
so
happy with
You're
that.
all out of Jennifers, right?
Yeah, no.
I do not.
I felt like you didn't want to give too much away then. Oh, absolutely. I don't know what a Jennifer
It
is.
sounds like
What are
he's
you
having an
talking
affair with a Jennifer, but he doesn't want to admit to it
You're
on the
very
radio.
cagey about Jennifer, Leon. All right. No worries. We'll get to that later.
Here's what's going to happen. We're going to ask you a question about a famous Jennifer. If you know the answer, buzz in with your name. You get it right, you take the point. You get it wrong, we'll give your opponent a crack at it.
Whoever gets the most Jennifers.
It is the first to 5 Jennifers, and you will win. And you'll be joining us in VIPP style at our final show with 10 entries in the draw to win the BZ4X.
Let's test our buzzers, Adelaide.
Adelaide.
Leon.
Leon.
Let's
They're
collect
working,
some
guys.
Jennifers, everybody.
First Jennifer. This Jennifer had millions of women copying her haircut, iconically known... Adelaide?
Jennifer Anderson.
Oh,
That's not her
incorrect.
name. We can't accept that.
Do you know that person's name?
Do you want to have a crack, Leon? I'll finish the question. This Jennifer had millions of women copying her haircut, iconically known as the Rachel.
Rachel.
Yeah, any ideas?
Yeah.
Absolutely zero.
Yeah. She was in a
Can I
show
have
with...
another go?
No.
No.
You had your shot.
And we're not giving you any more information. Everybody, 1, 2, 3. Jennifer Aniston.
Aniston, not Anderson.
But that's okay. You know
I
what?
know.
You're
She would've
right
got
there,
that. She would've got
Adelaide,
that.
but, you know.
Hey, Shane.
Nil point.
All right. Here's the next Jennifer. This Aussie Jennifer became a favourite of Donald Trump after she was crowned Miss Universe in his pageant.
Adelaide.
Adelaide.
Jennifer Hawkins.
Yes, it is. Jennifer.
She's second guessing every last
You're on the
name.
board, Adelaide.
Adelaide.
You're on the board.
Right, okay, here we go. Our next
This is
Jennifer.
an audio clue.
This is it. Listen carefully. This Jennifer is an actress that sounds a lot like this.
Oh, yes, Leon.
I do. Leon.
I was going Lopez.
No,
No,
it's not.
no.
Okay, so now, Adelaide, you get the
actual
ask
clue?
the question
Okay,
again,
here we
and
go.
I'll give the clue.
This Jennifer is an actress that sounds a lot like this.
These gays are trying to murder me. Capiche?
It's Jennifer Coolidge.
Yes! And it was an amazing impersonation. Thank you.
I tell you what, you're knocking it down every time.
Thank you. Adelaide leads 2-0.
All right, listen carefully to this one, everybody. No, where are you, mate?
Yeah.
This,
Not very good at this, am I?
yeah, listen to this. This Jennifer used to be married to Jennifer Lopez's ex-husband, Ben.
Adelaide.
Adelaide?
Jennifer Garner.
Yes, Adelaide.
I think she's going to beat him.
You lead 3-0.
She's going to flick this on him.
Okay, next, Jennifer. This Jennifer is best known for being protected from corner placement by her dirty dancing boyfriend.
Right. Leon.
Leon?
Jennifer Grey.
Yes, is correct. Leon's
yeah.
on the board, everybody.
Jennifer Grey got
Jennifer
no
Grey.
work after she shot to fame with Dirty Dancing, got a nose job, but no one recognised her afterwards. Never
She
passed
got that
again.
nose job in the middle of filming Wind,
Yep.
which was the movie
Yeah.
about the America's Cup.
Yeah.
So
There you
the
go,
first half of the
Natalie.
movie,
Yep.
different nose to the second half of the movie.
That's exactly why I haven't changed. Okay, your next one. Here it is. This Jennifer is famously known for volunteering as tribute in a television murder game.
Adelaide?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yes.
Oh, body on the line.
Adelaide leads 4-1. She's on the brink of victory.
Crazy. All right, everybody.
Adelaide's on fire.
I know,
She is,
mate.
isn't
I know,
she?
mate. You need a bucket of water to put her out, mate. Here we go. This Jennifer won an Oscar for her first ever movie, Dreamgirls, and discovered an
Adelaide.
Yes.
Yes.
Jennifer
Adelaide?
Hudson.
Yes, Adelaide's done it, everybody.
Well,
Adelaide.
Leon, thanks so much for coming and just watching.
Oh, well, looks like I watch you while walking around town.
Oh, you did great, mate.
Hey,
Well
Leon,
done, Leon.
you can still come to our final
Please,
show
Leon.
at the Optus Stadium Amphitheatre Friday week, where you could win a Toyota BZ4X. But Adelaide's going to be doing it in VIPP style.
Oh, I know,
I know.
mate. I know.
With
She's
10
been
entries
carried
the
in like
draw.
Cleopatra.
It's going to be amazing.
Yep.
I'll still get the train there so I can drive home in my new car.
There we go. That's the
Yes,
attitude
Leon.
we're talking about, Leon.
Good on you.
You're a positive man, and we like that about you.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
I finally had a victory yesterday in my 54-day battle. I ordered 2 T-shirts. They weren't cheap. They were quite expensive T-shirts.
What were they?
Mate,
Tell me about what they
Black
are.
Friday's been going for 3 weeks.
Hey,
What are you doing?
Hey.
54 days ago, there was no Black Friday.
She ordered it when Black Friday started.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Exactly.
What were the shirts? Talk to me.
So they were just a couple of fun T-shirts.
Oh, I love a fun
one
T-shirt.
said on it,
You're going to wear it with a fun skirt?
Disco Drummer of the Decade,
Oh.
and the other said, Suck My Baguette.
Oh,
So
sure.
that was funny, right? And so
Sorry, you just said they were expensive.
Shouldn't it
they
be...
were expensive.
And,
More than $100 each.
and
Sean.
shouldn't that...
More than $100
Instead
each.
of baguette, shouldn't that be panini?
Well, the company has a French name, although it was started by an Australian. I've delved
Yeah,
deep.
of course.
Started by an Australian girl who lived in London. So the headquarters are in London. So I waited 3 weeks, nothing happened.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
and they weren't a pre-order, they were in stock, ready to go. And so then I emailed them and said, I'm waiting. What's happening?
Just here with my bras on,
This is
waiting for a shirt.
happening. Just what's happening. And then they sent back a thing saying, oh, sorry, your order, they were in 2 different warehouses and we had to consolidate it.
Right, so they had the baguette shirts in one warehouse and the other shirts in the other
and
one.
the drummer one in the
Makes
other.
sense.
And so I'm like, okay. And so then they said, we'll send it within a few days' time, and so I'd paid for express international shipping, which said it should be here in 3 days, and so it'll be with you early next week. I'm like, oh, that's terrific. And so I waited for them to dispatch it and let me know, and nothing happened. Nothing happened. After 6 weeks, I messaged them again and said, I'm still waiting. Presumably, you've managed to get it from one warehouse to the other now. Like, how long does it take how far apart are these warehouses that we can't get the 2 shirts in the one order? And they said, oh, we're so sorry, we'll send you a present to make up for it. I'm like, I don't want a present. I want my order. It was a pair of socks, Nathan, which they did send me.
Are they good?
No.
Baguettes?
No, they're not great socks. And then I waited and I got increasingly furious. So then I started shaming them on Instagram, just running through the story and tagging them into the posts of just saying, because I said, is this company, has anybody ordered from this company? Because they advertise heavily on Instagram. I'm like, are they the real deal? And people went, yeah, I ordered from them a few years ago. It was all good. And then somebody sent me through the Trustpilot reviews, which said their service is woeful. I'm like, they are all accurate.
So you got it or not?
So then I had to threaten them, Nathan. I had to threaten them. So I basically said, because they sent a shipping number and I followed it for a week. Nothing happened. Did not move an ounce. Didn't move an inch. I'm like, that's not right. So I went back to them. They lied. They just sent me a bogus shipping number that for a company that they don't use. They don't use this company. And I'm like, so what is that about? So then I basically ultimatum, I said, you have 72 hours to provide me with an accurate shipping number that is trackable and moving, or I'm going to contact my bank for a chargeback. And then all of a sudden, bang. It happened. So the confirmation came through, the tracking number came through, the order arrived yesterday after 3 days. I'm like, so it was that easy all along.
6 weeks before then.
6 weeks. It was 54 days.
And that's
it took in the end.
people that can be bothered
54
going
days.
to the extreme of contacting people and digging around and finding
honestly, they didn't do anything until I started talking about it on Instagram.
Well,
I'm like, what is wrong with you people? What sort of business are you running?
Okay, so mine is I went on to a trusted site that's been going for over a decade, Frugo. So if you ever Google something, and then it's basically an online marketplace, which is a lot of places doing it. It's a trusted Australian site, so I've seen it for years and years and years. And it's nothing to do with them, actually. So I end up ordering, on MasterChef where they use those butane blowtorch.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah, anyway, as you know, you discovered through Mystery Word that one of my favourite things is brass. I love anything brass. And I found a brass one, a metal one. It was like real legit. And I thought, oh my God, because the other ones were looking for were plastic. And anyway, it was like $70. I went, no worries, ordered it. So that was a month ago. And it's been going for ages. And then something caught my attention. It was the 9th of December, I think.
So it's been dispatched.
It's been dispatched.
November?
No, 9th of November. It was just sitting here in Australia for 10 days.
So you're tracking the shipping, yeah?
Come on, it's not just going to sit there. And anyway, then I went through customs clearance, and then I went back a step back, and then I went through customs clearance again. I was like, wait there.
Something's
not going through customs clearance twice. Long story short, done a little bit of investigation because I thought that maybe I was ripped off by the seller. But no. There's a delivery company here in Australia that does not deliver any of the stuff that they're used for. So what I'm guessing is that they're giving the dirt cheap quote to these companies, like Catch of the Day, if it was Temu, anything like that. I don't even know what sort of companies are involved, but obviously I think they're undercutting the other
to get the business.
And no one ever gets their packages. It is unbelievable. It's called PL or PFL Logistics is the delivery company. When you Google the address, it takes you to a car park in Perth. There's nothing there.
Is there a van? Is there one van with a whole lot of parcels in it?
There is no phone number. There is no.
Yes, there's no way of contacting them.
And then even the one before that, Sunyu, same thing. You cannot contact them. And then there's another one that's now sprouted on the bottom of my tracking, which now takes you to another link for another place, which is called Freightster, like fraudster. Nelly. I've then Googled my tracking number. It's a fraudulent tracking number that they give out because
other people have complained about the same tracking number.
I Googled both the companies, and it is thousands upon thousands of people that never got their packages. And I'm like, how is this existing in Australia? And how are these companies not getting the heads up by their angry customers? That has been going on for years.
So what would be the answer to that?
I don't know. Literally, I'm not expecting to get this package. I just got an update yesterday as well. It says it's on the 25th, and it gives me some bull crap about it being
I would say
somewhere
there's
else.
a liability on the seller to provide you if they're engaging a shipping company that's not delivering it, they have to.
So I've been in contact with them, and they haven't contacted me back yet.
Yeah.
So that's another bridge. But look, I'm fully expecting to be refunded. A lot of people were refunded, but this is the thing. A lot of people didn't ever get to a solution.
Yeah.
Think about that. I didn't think there would be a business that could actually steal your stuff.
I know.
And I don't know whether it's
amazing,
happening.
isn't it?
I don't know. This is all allegedly.
But there's a lot of sus stuff going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shame him on Instagram. Lisa's in Lansdale. Hello.
Morning, guys.
Hi,
I've been waiting to name and shame this company.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Now, I want to tell everyone to make sure you order things through PayPal. They've been very helpful.
I don't do it online unless it's PayPal.
Yeah.
Exactly. This company is called Bella's Treasures, right? And it was all over social media.
Yes.
Allegedly an Australian company. We've got beautiful jewellery on sale. We're closing down our business because we want to spend more time with our family, right?
Yeah.
Gemstones, pearls, silver, and gold. I love gemstones,
Oh,
right?
who
And I
doesn't?
thought I'll get quite a few things for presents and Christmas.
Yeah.
It comes from China, all plastic, not a gemstone inside, a whole lot's plastic. I've sent email to them. There's some email in Spanish. They're not even, I don't know where they are.
Yeah.
And then I contacted PayPal and they said, right, you need to get your money back. So I contacted this company and they said, okay, well, send it all back to us. I had to pay for postage.
Yeah.
And when we
You
get...
had to post the plastic back.
Yes.
Yeah, I had to post the plastic back and send a photo.
Yeah.
And send a picture of the, Australia Post thing, right?
Yeah.
And we'll refund you in 2 weeks. 6 weeks in, I still haven't got my money.
Lisa.
Right, and they've got the jewellery back, and they're still advertising all over Facebook, Instagram, 75% sale, all this
So
stuff.
how has
right?
PayPal helped you in this circumstance, Les?
Shouldn't they?
Yeah, so I've emailed them this business again and again, and I said, have you received the products? Yes. 2 weeks' time will give you your refund. Nothing. I've emailed them every week, where's my money?
Yep.
And I said, I'll be reporting this again to PayPal, and they, nothing. So I did it again about 2 days ago, and I put it back to PayPal, and I said, I still haven't got my money.
Yeah.
Yep.
So PayPal's now on to them to try and get
Well,
me back my
PayPal should
money.
just refund
They
you.
should.
Yeah.
Well, they
Yeah,
do too.
hopefully they will. But I said, this is an absolute scam. It's
So
all
what was the
plastic.
business name again? What was it called?
Bella's Treasures.
Bella's Treasures.
Bella's Treasures.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So when you see a
Don't
post
buy
that says,
from them, guys.
I have seen other posts like that, we're closing down our much-loved family business, and you go,
Can I just give everyone a tip,
be sceptical
right?
about that.
If you're on a site and you've never been on it before, I'd quickly just go down to contact us.
Yes.
Go down there and see if
Yeah,
it
I do
is
that.
easily
Yeah.
to contact them. If there's no phone number, and I have to say, Amazon, you can't phone someone.
Yes.
I've tried, but they will phone you back. If you try, if you get in there and it looks like it's going to be hard to communicate with them, it's pretty much
also
it's gonna
run
be a
them through
scam.
Trustpilot, because Trustpilot is a review thing, and it will give you the honest reviews.
And that is copy and search for your tracking number, all that
Yeah.
sort of stuff, and they'll pop up.
We've also got a Bella in our team, and I've noticed he's doing a lot of plastic stuff out with that.
No, she said they're emeralds.
Let's go to Nat in Wembley. Hi, Nat.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Nat. Okay, have you been through this sort of pain?
Yes, and I wish that Trustpilot was on my radar 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So when I got engaged, I decided to buy my bridesmaid dresses online.
Yes.
Because who cares? They weren't yours.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? I mean, I think back and I'm like, what was I thinking? Anyway, fell in love with these beautiful dresses. I had quite a big bridal party, had 5 bridesmaids, so, sent off all the measurements and, really excited and waiting for these dresses and, ordered them a decent amount of time before the wedding. And we started getting closer to the wedding date and, they hadn't arrived. And I'm emailing with very poor communication back and long delays, and then it updated the status that they'd been made. I thought, fantastic. So now I'm just waiting for them to come. Keep checking. It says they've been dispatched, whatever that means. I'm waiting. And by now it's about 2 weeks out from the wedding. Nothing back to my email. Finally, I think we were now about 10 days out from the wedding, I get this email. I think, fantastic. And it says, dear Nat, great news. I think, good. Yes. They say, here's a refund. And I'm thinking, I don't want a refund.
No.
My bridesmaids are freaking out. We're going to have a naked wedding.
Yeah.
I was actually quite calm, and indeed I did get the refund. So I wasn't one of those poor people who's fighting for the refund. But I didn't want the refund. I now had naked bridesmaids a week out from a wedding. Yeah. So I was, actually quite calm. We just did a little quick, borrowed some dresses. But the best man's speech when he toasted how lovely the bridesmaids looked, I think it also included a comment about the fact it was lovely they actually had clothes on.
Wow. That's amazing. This is the sad thing when Supre shut down. You could have just solved that one shop at Supre.
I hear.
Fashion for every day.
I don't know what weddings you're going to. Thanks, Nat. Joanne's in Banksia Grove. Morning, Jo.
How you going?
Hey, Jo. What have you got for us?
Well, I've got two. So when you were just saying the one that Nathan just said, was it PFL? FPL? So I actually did get my delivery yesterday. It was from Temu, but they did deliver. But, like, when this vehicle pulled up in my driveway, I'm like, who's that in my driveway? And it was the loudest, clapped-out car pulled up in my driveway. I won't say the nationality who was driving it. And then, like, dropped it off, no dramas. And I've had a couple from them, and I've been okay. I've actually got my stuff.
But there are people that have gotten their stuff. There are people that have gotten a photo of their stuff saying it's been delivered, but it's not any wall that's outside of their house. So some people get them, some people don't. Yes. And then you try and chase them, and then every day they go. Every morning you get like it's out for delivery. Every morning it resets out for delivery.
Well, I had one that I ordered pots and pans online, and I got charged, I think it was like $25, and then $98 come out, and another $98 come out. And I'm trying to track my package, and I contacted Australia Post, and they went, yeah, we've got your package. And I said, well, she said, what is it? And I told her, and she went, well, it only weighs about 200 grams.
And
I got a fake Gucci scarf.
You got a fake Gucci scarf? How exciting.
Not when you want pots and pans.
Well, she hasn't tried cooking with it.
And I asked them for a refund, and they said to me, we'll give you 50%.
The
whole lot.
What? So
yeah,
what's
my
happened?
bank got it all back for me. My bank got all the money back for me. Yeah, because I had all the emails between the two people. So
these are great cautionary tales, everybody. Thank you, Joanne.
Especially this time of year, just be really careful.
Yes.
Because like a lot of people are baking on their Christmas presents. And in my situation, if this is a possibility that a delivery company is going to flog your stuff, it's going to be after Christmas until you, and you're going to have to replace them in the meantime. So everyone just be careful. Google is your friend.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast. Impressions.
With accommodation, flights, and package deals, whatif.com has you covered like a beach umbrella. Book your summer getaway on the Whatif app. Whatif, it's Aussie for travel.
Oh, another one of these competitions where we do all the work. It's a round of bad impressions. Up for grabs is $500 cash, if you don't mind. We've got some contestants waiting.
Let's start with Jason. Jason, what do you like at impressions yourself?
Me personally, terrible. So I think yous are probably lacking as well.
Interesting.
It's called bad impressions, not good impressions, just so you know.
Well, that's full on. But impressions people in life, sometimes either have one or don't. I'd rather not. It's just too much. You are playing against Jason. Her name is Stacey from Forestfield. Hi, Stacey.
Morning, guys. How are you going?
Good,
Great, Stacey.
Stacey, so can you do an impression, Stacey?
Not that I'm going to do today, no.
That means she's got one.
Okay, well, all you need to do is recognise the people that we are impersonating. You'll buzz in with your name when you know who it is. If you get it right, you take that point. You get it wrong, we'll keep saying the same thing over and over until you get it.
There is a new player on the table, and that is Caitlin Bassett as well today.
I'm nervous. I wish I had watched you guys from yesterday, just so I know what level to perform at.
We weren't great.
Okay, don't make me go first.
No, I think we should make her go first.
Who's going first, Amy? Dealer's choice.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't even know.
Let's test the buzzers first. Jason. Stacey. They're working well. All right, Sean, you're up.
I hope this is something controversial. So you say something controversial.
About to appear on the screen.
Okay, here we go. This is. You're fired.
Stacey.
Oh, Stacey.
Donald Trump.
Yes.
I would have gone, they're eating dogs and cats.
There was a whole bunch.
The list would have been
And I
long.
would have made my voice more orange.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or grab her by the...
Stacey leads 1-0.
The can of Dine.
All right. Who's next? Nathan's next.
Nathaniel.
Not me.
Yeah.
We're going counterclockwise.
Yeah.
No, it's
That's clockwise.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, good one. Good one. All right.
Me no do things in radio stations. Me, the force, use the force. No, Luke.
Stacey?
Yes.
Stacey.
Yoda?
Yes.
That was a very unconvincing answer.
It's not about the
Why
voice.
did you do that better?
Yeah, it's not about the voice. It's about the words.
I thought you would
I've
be
heard
better
you do
than
that
that.
better.
Sorry, everyone.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Seabass, you're up.
See you, guys.
Caitlin,
I'm
who's
going to
next?
judge you
Okay.
harshly too. Right? You're good. Better be like there in the room with me.
Oh.
What are you giggling?
That was pretty good.
That was actually really good.
Say
You
it
guys
again.
not
You can
getting
go
it?
again.
Do it again.
Stacey?
Yes, Stacey.
Marge Simpson?
Yeah, Stacey.
Yes.
You know what's happened?
Yes.
Stacey's won.
No,
and I didn't have to do one.
No, yes, we don't. We keep going. Nathan, didn't we say we were going to extend it yesterday? We said that.
No, that's too short. We're doing best of five. That's ridiculous.
That's fine.
It's not
That
running
was
out
the
of
best
voices.
of
Best of
five.
seven, best of
No,
seven.
best
It's
of
like,
seven,
when
best
you
of 10,
lose.
best
All
of
right.
20.
Okay, we're still going to keep going then.
No.
All right.
No,
my
sorry,
turn.
are you guys okay for us to keep going? And no?
Stacey's not. She's just won.
As long as I'm the winner.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I got the three.
All right, who's the next one?
Okay, we got you, Stace. We got you.
Oh.
Oh, this is in poor taste.
My husband and I.
I'm dead.
Stacey.
Yes, Stacey.
The Queen.
The Queen
the
is
Queen.
Elizabeth.
Oh, dead is the answer.
She queen, she mops, she vacuums.
You've won in every possible way, Stacey. $500 cash is all yours.
Thank you,
Jace, you
guys.
were terrible. Jason, terrible.
Me no. Oh, that was him.
Yeah.
That was him.
You have to ask questions backwards.
Sorry, everyone. I forgot that was the girl.
You had it. You had it there.
Yeah. All right. Well, we won't get that tomorrow, obviously, so you've missed your one opportunity to
Unless
do your
mine
Yoda
is. No,
impersonation.
tomorrow I'm pretty sure I'm getting Claire Danes. Guys, do your impression of Claire Danes.
Bad Impressions is back tomorrow, everybody.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
All right, we're going to get out of here. Bad Impressions back again tomorrow.
You're great.
You did a really
Marge?
good job.
What else does Marge say? Come on.
No, that's it.
No, you
Yellow
nailed it.
man.
Hello,
Yeah.
Ross.
Hey, Ross.
That really blew out, didn't it? When you talk about hot chips under the bed.
No, hey, Ross.
It was sport.
Was
Do you
it?
feel like Ross should be doing an impression tomorrow?
Yes.
Do you feel it? Do you feel like Ross should be doing all of them?
No, it's too
Give us
stressful.
your best Jennifer Coolidge.
No, I don't know her.
Can you do any? Try one that you think you can do.
What was some of the ones you had?
Okay, what about
I can do-
Stallone? Give me a Stallone.
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca, okay.
No, that's Tarzan.
That was Tarzan. Yeah.
Tarzan.
Shut up.
That's Tarzan who has the laser.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.